I'm Tanya Canis and welcome to another episode of The City. As you can tell, Christmas is almost upon us, so on tonight's show, Benny searches for the perfect Christmas tree and he can't wait to tell us about Dandenong's latest offering to the world of cricket. And we'll catch up with the new mayor who will guide the city through the next 11 months. His is an interesting story. We'll also check out the Springvale night market and let you know what's coming up in our great city. So as you can see, it's a packed show for you tonight, so let's get the ball rolling.
Here's the holly that will be on your own front door.
Ian Bennett, much better known as Benny, decided to get into the old-fashioned way of things and get a real Christmas tree.
The smell of pine needles, it brings back so many memories of previous Christmases. But which Christmas tree do I choose? I'm not sure.
Each year you bring to me delight.
So I headed down to the Dandenong tree farm for some expert advice. After all, they've been providing Christmas trees in the Dandenong area for over 50 years.
We originated in this very area on what's now become freeway between Holton Road and the Southeastern Freeway. We've probably been around for about 50 years or so. We were originally a market garden of all things, and one bright chap decided he might just start growing some Christmas trees. I think the people in the area at the time thought he was a little bit mad, but it's just been one of those things that have taken off, and quite happy to supply Christmas trees in this area still. It has had to move, unfortunately. We have a very good location this close into town, and a very popular one at that.
A lot of Christmas tree sales are outside. Yours is inside, under a roof.
Oh, we still have the farm and still encourage people to go out to our farm at Narnagoon. For historical reasons, we've always had a base in Dandenong and choose to bring a lot of our trees to the comfort of the Lindale soccer rooms, where it's nice and cool and all our trees can remain fresh.
So people have been coming here to Holton Road for nearly 50 years.
Absolutely, 50 years. We've had 6 generations of families coming through.
Fantastic time of the year. Everyone loves Christmas. We come here each year to buy a Christmas tree with my granddaughter.
Merry Christmas.
We want a small Christmas tree to go beside the table in the family room.
And you know how to look after it?
Yes, we put it in a little bucket of water which we bought from you last year, and in the stand we bought from last year, and then all the kids decorate it.
The first 2 days especially, you'll find that the tree might take 2 to 3 litres. Make sure it's got plenty of water and keep topping the water up right up till Christmas.
Beautiful trees.
When we harvest the trees, we've got to keep in mind that the trees are going into all sorts of different homes. So we have our small 4-foot variety down here, and we turn around, we get to see the nice big 7-foot trees.
So it goes from 4 foot to 7?
Well, in general, in some circumstances we can go a lot higher as well. The tall trees are always in high demand because it does take quite a few more years to achieve that 10-foot height.
Well, we've got the Christmas tree at home and it's a beauty. The one that we chose earlier at the farm, and we're able to decorate it here with the grandkids. If you'd like to find out more information, go to www.dandenongchristmastreefarm.com.au.
Last weekend's full moon night market in Springvale was a great success. Dominica Bavari joined in the fun.
Hi, I'm Dominica and welcome to the Springvale Night Market. As you can see, it's raining, but that's not going to stop the crazy event here tonight. So let's go check it out.
There was no excuse for going hungry at this market. With an appetising variety of foods available, there was something to suit every taste, from the conventional to the non-conventional. I couldn't resist a good old-fashioned skewer.
This one the beef, this one the pork, this one the chicken.
Oh, let's try.
Oh, very good.
Very nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's this? A shrimp on the barbie?
They Vietnamese, they can say bánh khọt.
And how do you say that?
They say the same as pancake.
Same like the pancake.
Bánh khọt.
Right, okay.
Vietnamese, they say bánh khọt.
Very good. They look very different. Thank you.
But it wasn't all food. There was also entertainment. And for the kids, a good old-fashioned game of musical chairs. You're out.
Doesn't matter.
Craft and various goods were also available, but it was time for some sweets. Bananas and glutinous rice and coconut? Yum! But these sweets look even more interesting.
This one, cassava.
Okay.
Yeah, and this barley is good for health.
Okay.
And we make, all natural and all the, special Chinese herb.
It's a friendly atmosphere and a great night for the whole family.
And there it was, the Springvale Night Market. A bit wet, but what can you do? We had lots of fun.
Keep your eye on the City of Greater Dandenong website for news of the market dates for 2012.
They call the City of Greater Dandenong the City of Opportunity, and no one illustrates this better than our new Mayor, Councillor YOUHORN CHEA. Now his story is a remarkable one. But first, we spoke to outgoing Mayor, Councillor Ros Blades, as she passed on the baton in the City of Opportunity. So Ros, what's been the highlight for you this term?
Well, I don't think I've had one single highlight. There's been a number of highlights. If there was to have been one highlight, it would be that I've had the privilege of representing a wonderful community, and in representing that wonderful community, I've had the opportunity to work with some marvellous volunteer groups, multicultural community. I suppose that the opening of Dandenong Market is very good for Greater Dandenong. The fact that we're opening a swimming pool in Noble Park, plus a civic space, is brilliant for Noble Park. In Springvale, we've been able to turn Springvale around in the last number of years, and this year we have a commitment from the current state government to bring in a grade separation of Springvale Station. We've also been able to introduce, working with the Asian Business Association, a night market, plus we've been able to promote Springvale with some postcards. So it's all just one big highlight to be able to represent this wonderful community.
The City of Greater Dandenong is the City of Opportunity. What does that mean to you?
Well, what that means for an individual is that I'm a migrant. You know, the name Ros Blades doesn't actually immediately conjure up in anyone's mind multiculturalism, does it? But we came here at 20 years old, a couple of kids, just married, 5 months, and we found ourselves in Noble Park because that's the company I worked for in London. Funnily enough, it was Gillette. My surname's Blades. So I think they actually only employed me because I had the nerve to turn up with that surname. But that's where we ended up. And my history is Russian, Polish, Lithuanian, Jewish. So I lend very easily to a multicultural community. That's the opportunity Australia gave me. Gave me that opportunity to come here as a young migrant at a very reasonable cost and be able to buy a house. I don't think we'd have ever bought a house if we'd lived still in England, and we were able to have children and educate them. My husband and I are not educated people because in England young people didn't have those opportunities. So there you go, you know. We came to a city that ended up being the City of Opportunity, but Australia gave us all of those opportunities, and I was wanting to put something back into the community because of what they did for us, and I want other migrants to have the opportunities that we had.
Do you have any 2 or 3 things off the top of your head that kind of stick out in terms of why you love this city so much? I mean, I know it's hard to choose
2 or 3. Why do I love it? Well, I love it because it's all things to all people. You know, 156 nationalities, you know, an interfaith network that you can work with everyone of all of the different nationalities. There's all the different foods, all the different cultures, all the different opportunities. There's that word again, opportunity. All the different opportunities to learn from everyone. I just love Greater Dandenong. I just think it's wonderful.
Councillor Blades says she still has plenty of unfinished work as a councillor, and even the odd personal ambition.
When Councillor YOUHORN opens the Noble Park swimming pool, I'm going down the water slide. I promised my children, they have dared me to go down the water slide. So when Councillor YOUHORN opens the Noble Park Aquatic, the new centre, I'm going to have my bathers with me because, you know, my children have issued me a dare, and I'm not going to disappoint them.
We have that on record now.
That's right. So now I absolutely have to do it, don't I?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, with the new Mayor, Councillor YOUHORN CHEA, congratulations on being elected for your third term.
Thank you, Tanya, for calling me YOUHORN.
Oh, okay. So YOUHORN.
Yeah.
What does being Mayor mean to you in the City of Greater Dandenong?
I think, as you know, it's great to be mayor in a city who is very multiculturalism, and we have 156 nationalities who live together in peace and harmony. That one is a great thing that I want to serve. And also my background, as you know, I was a refugee who arrived to Australia in 1982. And when I arrived to Australia, I couldn't speak English much, and I learned almost 2 years, learned English almost 2 years to be. And after that, I worked as a teacher for nearly 1 week or 2 weeks, and after that, I got another job to work as a welfare worker in the Cambodian community of Victoria. And from that time, I started learning almost every year. I go to learn as an interpreter as well. And after that, I go to learn about the welfare administration in the Monash University. When I arrived to Australia, I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. And now they grow up already, and all of them are graduate. The eldest one works as a civil engineer. The second one, she works as a scientist in Monash Medical Center. The third one, he works in the Cambodian Association of Victoria. And the fourth one, she is a lawyer. She works with the Commonwealth Ombudsman in Canberra. So my wife and I, my background, I'm a civil engineer. And my wife is, she studied law in Cambodia. So as a refugee, we got nothing. We start from zero. And I'm very proud that now I'm a third-time mayor of the City of Greater Dandenong. As you know, I was elected since 1997 as a councillor of the City of Greater Dandenong. This is my 5th term as a councillor already, and I got a top job as mayor. It is grateful for me, and also I like to serve the community because to me, serving the community is very important, especially just serving the people who has a different nationality, a multiculturality. And in this city, we can call city of opportunity, because even you got nothing and you work hard, you will get something. In our city council, we got also the interfaith committee for nearly 20 years already, and that one is great for our city council, because we did not discriminate any religion, any people who have a different nationality. I believe Australia, it is a great country, and especially City of Greater Dandenong.
And this is history making. You were the first Cambodian-born mayor in Australia and the first Asian mayor in the City of Greater Dandenong. What do you hope this communicates to the community?
I think that perhaps Yeah, that's right. I'm the first mayor, Cambodian mayor in Australia, and also the first Cambodian and Asian mayor in the city of Greater Dandenong. I hope in the community we need to learn each other, and also especially with the new arrival, don't give up about study. We need to continue to work hard to study, especially study English, because if you don't know English, it is very hard for you. You don't know the networking, you can't survive properly. So I wish everyone, especially with the migrant people, just take me as a model role, and so they can continue and work hard, and they will be successful like me. I just, before we finish, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because even I'm not Christian, but when we live in Australia, everyone celebrate the Christmas, celebrate the New Year. So I wish everyone a very, very peaceful New Year and Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us today, YOUHORN. We appreciate it, and all the best for your upcoming term.
Thank you for having me as well.
When it comes to cricket, the City of Greater Dandenong is making its mark on the world stage. Benny visits Shepley Oval for the full story.
The mainstream media have been in raptures about the opportunity for two Victorians to open the bowling in Test cricket for Australia. But down here at Dandenong, we know where they started, here at Shepley Oval.
We were fortunate to win the grand final last year, playing Frankston in a great game. We were 9 down in the first innings and 9 down again in the second innings, and it really all came together well. The whole season we sort of built to that. And besides that, we've had some good representation. Firstly, Cameron White many years ago, coming on with Darren Pattinson playing for England in a test, and more recently Peter Siddle has come on as an opening bowler for Australia, and just recently we've had James make his debut for Australia. It's very pleasing to see him get his first wicket.
Yeah, fantastic. He's worked hard for a long time. He, he's been a kid that's been in the area for a long time, just down the road at Doveton, and it's nice that he's come into the district system, and he's through Victoria done well, and he's gone on to play for Australia. It's happy days for him.
And having Peter Siddle as his opening bowling partner, that must have been a bit of a thrill for the cricket club.
Well, I think it would have helped him. I think it would have helped James settle in. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice recognition for the club in terms of the development of what they're doing here in terms of getting players into the higher level of the game. Peter Siddle, Darren Pattinson, James Pattinson. We've got James Wilcox, recently represented for Vic under-19s. Trent Courtie playing for the under-17 Victoria side. Is due to go this next week. We're quite proud of the fact that we're turning out players for this level of cricket.
Absolutely fantastic, and the records may have been made, because it may be the first time in Test cricket history in Australia that one club has supplied the opening pair for the Australian Test side.
I think it's all come from, I suppose, starting with a junior development program and working pretty hard with the juniors to get them in, and with the coaches we have, led now by Steve Chapman and before Warren Ayres, we've been able to work with them and get them to the stage coming through the 4s to the 3s, 2s and into the 1s, and we've been pretty successful with it lately. I think in the background you've probably just seen James Wilcox bowl. James has just made the Victorian under-19 team. Brett Forsyth has played a few second 11 games. He started this season very well with a couple of centuries, and he's looking pretty good again. Also we have Justin Butterfield, who's been bowling with the Victorian Bushrangers. He had a great breakout season last year, and we're looking forward to him going on as well with the ball. The Dandenong District Cricket Association is our major breeding ground and where we draw most of our players. We run under 14, under 16 and 18 competition with Cricket Victoria over January, and we share that team with Casey. So it is our primary source. We also look towards Gippsland and around the Cheltenham area, but mainly it's the Dandenong District Cricket Association.
Well, the ground's been recently redeveloped, the outfield's been recently recouched, the practice nets are now fantastic, the third and fourth ground recently with the new ratings, the #1 ground in the district competition. So, you know, we've got some good opportunities for the lads to come down to Dandenong and push towards that next level of cricket.
We've been able to work continuously with the City of Greater Dandenong to improve the facilities over time to the stage where I think they're probably some of the best ones in Victoria. We're very grateful to the council for that, and I know they're keen to keep things moving in that way too.
It's just a great opportunity for people around Dandenong to come and watch Test players playing cricket when, you know, and people, players who are on state contracts are still playing here, and all the young ones all around within this area. Right, there's a tremendous opportunity for them to come down and be part of a cricket club, and they go on from their local club to Premier cricket here, then to state cricket, and then to Test cricket, and we've proven that it can be done. The opportunity's there for any of the young kids that are playing cricket today. They're welcome to come down Tuesdays or Thursdays. They don't have to play with us, but they're welcome to come down and be part of the club and training and get good coaching from our coach Steve Chapman.
Excuse me while I do a little bit of work here for a second, Benny, but it's one of the advantages of the job is that you get to document the game. You've got a great seat in the house every week, and you get a souvenir at the end of the day that the club keeps. And just to be a part of the team is great, and you meet a lot of good people in the game of cricket, and it's a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon in the summer.
What about the chances this year in district cricket? You'd like to go back to back, but I guess that a lot of things have got to go your way.
Certainly, we sort of started off fairly well. We need to do a little bit more work to make sure we make the finals, and then hopefully we can get a team together that can win it again. We'll certainly give it a bit of a shot, but there's a lot of very good teams in Premier Cricket ones, and it's a highly competitive situation.
Currently in 5th spot, the Panthers are well placed for more finals action.
This Saturday, Dandenong Market will come alive with a day of multicultural jubilation. Penny Courtie tells us the story.
Coming up this Saturday at the Dandenong Market, Christmas around the world. Tell us about it, Penny Courtie.
Well, this Saturday we're having an event from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and there's going to be lots of different things going on. We've got Santa coming down with the 3 kings and an Empress Snow Queen, and so they'll be doing a parade around the market. We've got a workshop for kids, and they can make their own Christmas decorations and win great prizes. And we've also got a gorgeous display of different Christmas trees from around the world and how different cultures celebrate Christmas. We'll have some Russian dancing, some Italian gypsies, and some fabulous cooking demonstrations and tastings with our resident chef Russell Bold, and he'll be whipping up some fabulous Christmas entertaining ideas and things that people can cook on Christmas Eve, and those last minute Christmas ideas for cooking. So it should be a fabulous day, and we'd love to see everyone here.
Fantastic.
And it's a full weekend of carols coming up with the City of Greater Dandenong Carols by Candlelight tomorrow night at Dandenong Park. On Saturday night, the Noble Park Football Social Club will hold its Carols by Candlelight at Moodamere Reserve, while on Sunday, it's Carols in the Keys at Brian Place Reserve in the Keys Estate. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's show, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. From all of us in the team here, bye for now.